and thank the caravan, the Apache Nation that was organized and has been very strong, committed, and to saving Old Flat and pushing for this repeal. So I want to thank all of you very much. You know, if you look in back of us, there's the Statue of Freedom, Lady Liberty, with Native American symbols, and talks about defending freedom in this country. I think it's really appropriate that we're here, because what we're basically talking about is freedom. We're talking about a historical context. You know, we have been fighting this land grab, this deal to a multinational corporation, a foreign-owned company, at the expense of Native American people. That's how this deal happened. And it happened in the middle of the night. It got stuck on a Senate bill, a must-pass piece of legislation about national defense and our veterans and our military. That's how they got it done. In the light, in front of everybody, they could not do it. And the callous part of this is that it stepped all over basic laws, basic rights, and more importantly, stepped on sovereignty, ignored sacred sites when we should be embracing and protecting our sacred sites, like we embrace and protect our churches, our mosques, our temples, our synagogues. As we protect those, we should, because of this law, protect the very vital and important sacred sites of Native people. The strength of this, you know, it's been a tough fight for 7-8 years. But through it all, there is a conviction that at the end of the day, because of you, because of Native people across this country, we're going to win this fight. It is not our obligation, and should no member of Congress who sits under that dome to defend freedom should feel proud, should feel like they got away with something by ignoring the needs and the rights of Native people in this land grab deal that was made. It was made over profits. So sacred sites, history, cultural resources, they're inconsequential to them. But to us, and to the values of the American people, they're not. They're not at all. I have been privileged to work with the nations on this and feel very privileged. And 2811 is about repealing that section at Oak Flat with the purpose of saying this deal is no good, and you cannot set a precedent for Indian country by saying we are going to ignore any protection. We're going to ignore the rights and freedoms and sovereignty of Native nations because there's a profit motive involved. We cannot. This is why this fight is important to the people that hold Oak Flat sacred, but it's important to every person in this country. So we're going to go on with this fight. About 40 members have already signed on to support this legislation. And as we push this more and more into the light, more and more people are going to come to the realization, what a bad deal, what a horrible thing to do, and more importantly, those are not our values as a country, those are not our principles as a country, and this deal has to get undone. The last thing I want to say a little bit about, I was talking to some young people the other day, some Native kids at a conference, and they said to me, are we going to win this thing? I said, absolutely. Absolutely. Because there's something very powerful, very spiritual, and very strong on this issue. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put down and say, this is what it means. It's the spirit attached to this. And the spiritual strength that the caravan showed coming here, and the spiritual strength that they've shown while they're here, that's what's going to win. And the spirit of this issue and what it represents to Native peoples and what it represents to our country is just too powerful. So maybe the foreign company has millions and billions of dollars. We have a spirit. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.